Like in United States, people go for horoscopes. In Korea, people go for MBTI, which is the Myers-Briggs Personality Type Indicator. Now, with this self-inventory, you can identify what kind of personality you are, and this has really gone very popular among people in Korea these days. So, let's understand where it started. So, Myers and Briggs, Myers was the child of Briggs, and both of them, the child and the mother pair, actually laid down this personality type after the World War II, and the first pen and paper inventory was created in 1940, tested on the friends and relatives. So it started with four basic indicators, and these indicators talked about four aspects: extraversion, introversion. Extraversion means a people is ready to speak, outgoing. Introvert, they are shy, not very easily mixable with people. Sensing, they have a good perception about reality. Intuition, that means they can feel something is about to happen. Thinking, giving a thought and a consistent logical approach to something. Feeling is more of emotions being brought. Judging is where a firm structured decision is taken into account, and perceiving is where you are flexible with the things and the decision. So based on these four aspects, these 16 type of personalities have been identified. So for example, if a person is E for extrovert, N for intuition, T for thinking, and J for judgment, the person would have a trait of being commander. That means they are confident, forceful, and opinionated. So those who are rationalists would have the characteristics of N and T. T for thinking and N for intuition, which is present. Those who have the trait of being defender would actually have the trait of S and J, which is sensing and judgment. So each of them would have sensing and judgment. And the four ones under this are supervisor, inspector, provider, and nurturer, in which inspector and nurturer are introvert. However, supervisor and providers are extrovert in nature. Supervisor have a quality of thinking, however provider has more of feeling, so it's helpful and sociable. Those who have this romantic trait actually have the trait of N and F, which is intuitions and feelings. Now if they are extrovert, they are givers. If they are introverts with the same aspect and have a good judgment, they are counselors. But if they have a feeling of perception and are extrovert, they are called as champions. And if they have a feeling of perception with introvert nature, they are healer, they are quiet and considerate. Similarly, the creators have the trait of S and P, which is sensing and perceiving. Now with sensing and perceiving, extroverts would actually be the doer and introverts would be the craftsmen. If both of them have the feeling of sensing, perceiving, along with thinking. So if they have a sense of feeling along with sensing and perceiving, and they are extrovert, they would be performers. If they are introvert, they would compose, they would write, they would be open-minded and more creative in that way. Rationalist, if they are introvert and they have a capability to do a good judgment, they would be masterminds. If they are extroverts and they are able to perceive along with being having the capability for intuition and thinking, they are called as visionary because they have a vision what next could be up. And then you have the thinkers who are logical, inventive, and thoughtful. They are introvert, they do perceive and have intuition and thinking. So those are the 16 categories of MBTI. Now people are usually taking this test to understand what kind of personality trait do they have, and you can also do that and be one of those. Now again, this test is done separately for has different number of questionnaires for Europeans and Americans. So the number of the questionnaires do vary when you are taking the test, but yes, it would actually give you an insight about the kind of personality you are.